Knights of Guinevere is a very smart show that seems to think we are very stupid. In just one episode, we get introduced to half a dozen characters, with our protagonists as well as Sparky already feeling incredibly well-rounded and three-dimensional. Francesca is mischievous and passionate, acting on instinct, while Andrea is more reserved and thinks before acting, unless her tense state of mind gets the better of her. These traits influence every single one of their decisions. When getting attacked by Sparky, Francesca fights back by kicking and biting, while Andrea leaps away to grab his weapon. When getting pursued by this weird flesh behemoth, Francesca tries to pry open a door with brute force, before Andrea short-circuits it. You could watch the entire pilot with your audio turned off and still understand every facet of their personalities. That's honestly very impressive, and their actions not only reinforce traits we already know about, they also convey new ones. For example, how strong Frankie is. When carrying the Guinevere android, she has a very easy time doing so, while Andrea is clearly exerted by it and continuously groans. We learn about both of them without them even needing to tell us.
Damn, dude, you really gotta get away from your desk.
I mean, they tell us anyway, but it's nice that they didn't need to. We also learn about Frankie seemingly hallucinating. The first time she does so, we cut from her watching TV, which has this bright blue outer glow, to her talking to these cartoony little critters with the same bright blue outer glow. The visuals alone perfectly portray them not actually being alive. So guys, you don't actually have to zoom in and show Andrea removing them one after the other. And it's not just Francesca who suffers from this. The first time we meet Guinevere, we put a lot of emphasis on her middle finger glitching out. After that, we fade from Frankie being a child to her many years later. Both scenes not only show a close-up of her face, they actually turn the light off and on the exact same way, making it obvious she's the same person just many years later. We also have a title card saying many years later, when finally reintroduced. While putting Guinevere in the storage unit, the only thing moving on screen is her middle finger, showing us that yes, that is in fact the same android. And then we cut to a close-up of her finger twitching around. Guys, it was the only moving thing in literally the last shot. I know that's what I was supposed to be looking at. I was already looking at it. I'm aware the three of you were the main force behind Owl House before this, and I love that show, but this isn't airing on Disney Channel. You don't have to child-proof your stories anymore. I don't need everything to be subtle and make me feel smart when noticing. Reading a YouTube comment about it. Wait, Guinevere had a neutral expression the whole time until Andy and Francesca picked her up? That's such a cool detail. But the pilot is so upfront and loud about things, even though it's genuinely at its best. When it just shuts up for a few seconds, like showing Francesca at work. The silence during the whole montage makes us feel the monotony of it all. Or later on in the lab, where the colors alone not only make the place feel abandoned and dark, it also comes across as hostile and bloody dreadful. It says so much, while not saying anything at all, which might just be the show's biggest strength. The concept art proves that even the body language of our protagonists is fine-tuned to their personalities. So please don't have the two turn to each other and say, "Hey, have you noticed how different our body language is?" "Yes, and how perfectly it matches our personality." Because no matter how naturally you work something into the universe, if you point it out in an unnatural way, it too will feel unnatural. And yes, that is the only real problem I had while watching this pilot, so I am definitely looking forward to seeing more of the show. And if you want to see more of me covering it, leave a like and subscribe.